Namaste, beloveds. This is my second time doing this video, or attempting to do this video, I should say. This video is about what I'm feeling right now. As many of you know, I always take a lot of pictures to document what I'm feeling or how I'm feeling or where I'm at, or when I want to make certain connections with ancestral relatives or beings or energy. I usually take pictures and absorb what comes to me from that, through that. And in talking with a friend, he said, why don't you give it an audio feel as well? Why don't you do a video of, you know, what you're feeling and what you're going through? So can't say I don't listen to you. And so this is the video about that, about this overwhelming experience that I had this morning. Meditation and outside of meditation, and just connecting with source that I haven't before been able to. I connected in a way that I think many of us have always dreamed of, imagined, wanted, needed this particular insight or level of bliss. There's no other way to describe it other than to call it bliss, because that's exactly what it was. And in centering myself and grounding myself and directing and surrendering to this feeling, this way, this knowing, it opened up doors and windows inside of me that had been locked for a very long time. I no longer feel the many blockages that I once felt. A lot of the fears that were there are no longer there, and I've through my time in getting to know me, I know that a lot of the fears were deposited, not just by me, but by ancestors, by friends. Being an empath, I pick up other people's stuff, and I just stored it with mine, always. And in being where I am right now, that's no longer the case. A freeing took place so deeply within my being. I surrendered to something much more higher than my limited way of knowing and experiencing and giving and receiving. I opened up to it, and it opened up to me, and we became one. And in that connection, what happened was enlightenment. And the enlightenment took the form in the word of bliss. Bliss. Yes, bliss. And, you know, I had always read the word bliss and said, bliss. Being a poet, I felt around for what it could mean, what it would actually feel like, and I let my imagination just go there. And it always came back somewhat limited and somewhat, you know, what I thought it would look like or feel like, or what I thought it should be. And in actually getting to that place, what happened was so profound. It was, I want to say, the absolute surrendering of doubts, of self-doubts, of fears, of longings, of preconceived notions and judgments and thoughts. And it just took me to a place that I'd never been before. It took me to a dimension, a zone, a atmosphere, an awareness, I guess would be a very good word to use. It took me to an awareness of myself but in a way that transcended a lot of my old patterns and beliefs and ways of knowing and experiencing things. It gave me a layer and a depth. It gave me a sight to the ability to tap into it in a much deeper way, much more deeper way. And I'm still me, still very reluctant to go there and to just surrender and keep surrendering. But each time I have experienced it now, I will not allow myself to be cheated out of it again, ever again. This is a way of knowing who I am. This is a way of being that goddess. This is a way of expressing the energies that are cosmic, that are aligning at this time, that are as ancient as thought itself. So in saying all of this, I just want to say that this is my own documentary in sharing this Kundalini opening and this Kundalini experience with you. I hope you do your research on what it is. It is so much more than what you listen to people just yap about. It is something that can be triggered by your own meditations and by your own inner explorations of your deeper thoughts and self, fears, doubts, patterns, and why you react and why you act and respond to certain things in certain ways. It just opens you up and it takes you there and it takes you over it, and you look down upon it and you say, why was I ever afraid to allow myself this insight, this pleasure, this bliss, this peace? Because ultimately that is what it is. It is peace. It is a loving peace. And I guess that is what I'm being told what enlightenment is. Enlightenment is a loving peace. And that loving peace actually begins, it begins with ourselves, and we have to find it. We have to when we find it, we have to give into it. We have to surrender to it, and we have to be ready, and we have to be open to receive it. We have to really want to go there. And I guess you can say that in a lot of ways, when you say you are a goddess awakening, I'm a goddess awakening. I'm going to be a rebirthing engineer, and all of this is coming because I've asked for it, and I am creating it, and I am manifesting it, and I'm sharing what I'm doing. I'm sharing the manifestation, and believe me, if I can do it, you can do it, because we are all one. We're all one in this evolution of ourselves into spiritual beings, from human beings into spiritual beings, because we need to integrate that. And in order to integrate that, you can't be afraid of your spiritual self. Can't be afraid of your spiritual self. You have to be able to perceive yourself in an unlimited way, in a way that allows constant growth, that allows constant interaction with wisdom and with knowledge and with source. And you can't be picky about how that source is going to present itself to you, what it's going to look like, or what it's going to sound like, or what it's going to smell like, or what it's going to taste like. That is humans' way of looking at it. Spirit has no form. It takes on form which is easiest for you to receive it, when you're ready to receive it. And that is something that we have to really think about, because a lot of us say, oh, I'm ready, and we pray and we pray and we do everything, but internally, where people can't see, we have all these blockages, and these blockages hinder you from receiving or getting to where you want to or need to be. If you only see love as this suffering, bloody, heartbroken thing, then that's all you're going to get. That's the only way you're going to be able to manifest it, because that's the only way you can envision it. But if you can envision love as a healing, ancient, articulate feeling that can communicate with your soul and your spirit, one that you can't own or that you can't contain, but that you can just open to the feeling of it for as long as it's there, and that you can retain the memory of that love and what it feels like and what it is to be in that moment. That is a cosmic moment. That is what creates that bliss. That is what enlightenment is all about. And that is the gift from the divine to humanity, to be able to tap into this. Okay, 15 minutes are up. I love you.